To make Mexican rice like a pro, it's important to understand that this popular side dish is more than just rice cooked with a few seasonings. It's a staple of Mexican cuisine, a beloved comfort food, and a canvas for flavor, color, and aroma. True Mexican rice is fluffy, vibrant, and rich with the taste of tomatoes, garlic, and onion, all perfectly balanced and never mushy or bland. If you want to elevate your Mexican rice from ordinary to unforgettable, there are certain tricks, techniques, and traditions you need to know. Let's begin with the foundation of any great dish, the ingredients. For authentic Mexican rice, you'll need long-grain white rice, ripe tomatoes, white onion, fresh garlic, chicken broth, vegetable oil, soy, and salt. Optional additions like peas, carrots, or even jalapenos can add extra color and flavor, but the heart of the dish lies in the basics. The first secret to pro-level Mexican rice is the method of preparation. Instead of simply boiling the rice, you'll toast it in oil first. This step is crucial. It gives the rice a nutty depth of flavor, keeps the grains separate, and prevents mushiness. Pour a generous splash of vegetable oil into a heavy-bottomed pan and heat it over medium-high. Add the raw rice and stir frequently. Watch as the grains go from translucent to golden brown. This transformation is where the magic begins. While the rice is toasting, prepare your tomato base. In many Mexican homes, this means blending ripe tomatoes with a small piece of white onion and a clove of garlic, then straining the mixture for a smooth, vibrant puree. This fresh tomato puree is what gives Mexican rice its signature color and taste. If tomatoes aren't in season, a good quality canned tomato or tomato sauce can be substituted, but for the most authentic flavor, nothing beats fresh. Once the rice is deeply golden and fragrant, it's time to add the tomato puree. Pour it in carefully. The pan will sizzle and steam. Stir to coat every grain with the tomato mixture, letting it cook for a couple of minutes until the bright red color deepens and the aroma becomes irresistible. This step infuses the rice with flavor at its core, ensuring every bite is delicious. To round out the flavor and keep the rice moist, add chicken broth. Homemade broth will provide the richest taste, but a good quality store-bought broth or even bouillon dissolved in water will do in a pinch. The liquid should cover the rice by about half an inch. Season with salt, and if you like, add a bay leaf or a sprig of cilantro for extra fragrance. Now comes the crucial part. Cooking the rice gently and evenly. Bring the mixture to a gentle simmer, then reduce the heat to low and cover tightly with a lid. Resist the urge to peek or stir. Mexican rice needs to steam undisturbed. Set a timer for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your rice and the exact flame. When the time is up, turn off the heat and let the rice rest, covered, for another 10 minutes. This allows the grains to finish absorbing moisture and become perfectly tender and separate. While the rice is steaming, you can prepare optional additions. Diced carrots and peas are classic, lending color and sweetness. Simply parcook them in boiling water or steam them briefly, then fold them into the cooked rice for the final 5 minutes of resting. When uncovering the rice, use a fork to gently fluff the grains. This keeps the texture light and prevents clumping. Taste and adjust salt if needed. If you included a bay leaf or cilantro sprig, remove them now. The result should be a pan of rice that's fluffy and fragrant, with each grain tinted a beautiful reddish gold and flecked with vegetables if you've chosen to add them. The flavors should be balanced. Savory from the broth, tangy and sweet from the tomato, and aromatic with garlic and onion. What sets professional Mexican rice apart is attention to detail. It's about using the freshest ingredients possible, toasting the rice just right, and giving the dish time to cook and rest so the flavors can meld. It's also about tradition. Mexican rice is a dish that's passed down through generations, with each cook adding their own little twist. Some cooks like to add a handful of corn kernels or finely diced bell pepper for extra sweetness and texture. Others might stir in chopped cilantro at the end for a burst of freshness, or a squeeze of lime for a bit of zing. In some regions of Mexico, the rice is cooked in lard rather than vegetable oil, adding a deeper, richer flavor. If you're serving Mexican rice with a meal, consider how it can complement the other dishes. It's a perfect partner for saucy meats like polo and mole or carne guisada, or as a bed for grilled shrimp or roasted vegetables. It also shines alongside refried beans, tortillas, and fresh salsa, forming the base of countless Mexican plates. For a crowd, Mexican rice is easily doubled or tripled. Just use a larger pot and keep the proportions of rice to liquid the same. It holds well and can even improve in flavor as it sits, making it a great candidate for make-ahead meals. Let's talk about common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Mushy rice is usually the result of too much liquid or overcooking. Be precise with your measurements, and remember that the rice will continue to steam after the heat is turned off. If your rice is undercooked and the liquid is gone, sprinkle in a little more hot broth, cover, and let it steam a few minutes longer. Sticky rice usually means the grains weren't toasted enough at the start. Take your time with this step to ensure a fluffy finish. Some modern cooks use rice cookers or instant pots for convenience. While these appliances can yield good results, the stovetop method remains the gold standard for authenticity and control. The key is patience and practice. Each batch will teach you something new. To make your Mexican rice truly your own, experiment with different additions and garnishes. Try folding in roasted poblano strips for a smoky touch, or top the rice with toasted pumpkin seeds for crunch. A sprinkle of queso fresco or a dollop of sour cream can add richness, while thinly sliced green onions or fresh tomatoes give a burst of freshness. No discussion of Mexican rice would be complete without considering its place in Mexican culture. Known as arroz rojo or Spanish rice in some communities, it's a dish that represents comfort, tradition, and family. It's served at celebrations and casual meals alike, a symbol of hospitality and home. From the markets of Mexico City to family kitchens across the world, the smell of toasting rice and simmering tomatoes is a universal invitation. Making Mexican rice like a pro is about more than following a recipe. It's about embracing the joy of cooking, savoring the process, and sharing something delicious with those you love. So, the next time you set out to make Mexican rice, remember the secrets. Toast the rice until golden, use a fresh tomato puree, simmer gently in flavorful broth, and let it rest before serving. Taste, adjust, and make it your own. You'll not only master a classic recipe, but also create something that brings people together, one delicious spoonful at a time. Whether paired with tacos, enchiladas, grilled meats, or simply enjoyed on its own, Mexican rice is a dish that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. With these tips and techniques, you're ready to cook it like a pro, capturing the spirit of Mexico in every bite.